5,000 a night.
Yeah, it was. There's no cap on there, so I mean, I heard there were thousands of dollars on that table. It was ridiculous.
Awesome. I used to play that at Caesars. They had a 2-5 game like that, but
Wow,
it'd be interesting to play up here in Canada. I loved playing in Montreal.
It looks like Jeet just took a big hand off of Neil there.
Oh, wow. This guy's just
A really
scooping
big
it
one
in.
too. So now, not sure that put him in the lead, but it's pretty close. It looks like Neil's kind of reassessing his chips at this point, so I think that put him, just looking at that, I'm going to say about 1.3-ish, somewhere in that ballpark.
What is C4's name again?
That is Norm Thistlewaite.
I feel like he's just waiting for one of them to eliminate each other so he can just play heads up.
I think so, too. I mean, well, of course, he's been playing tight all night.
Yeah.
So, we've
Just waiting for everyone to knock each other out. It's a good way to go.
Yeah, and especially when you see a very aggressive table like that. I just wonder, now this is the second time we've seen Jeet start to speak up a little bit, and almost wonder if he's trying to get a deal done here. Of course, a chop right now, if these guys decided would just split three ways with nothing else, $42,616.
It's not a bad day.
I'd have a hard time, especially if I was a short stack right now, I'd have a hard time saying no to that.
And if I had to go to work in the morning, I'd be okay with the fact that I made $42,000 in 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you do this weekend? Meh. Just made some Skrilla. So what do you do in Vegas when you're not doing this?
I'll do my radio show.
This is all you do?
Hustling and making
Live,
some money. Yeah.
eat, sleep, and breathe this.
Yeah, and I got a kid. Take care of the daughter.
Nice. I mean, do you ever, go out and about in Vegas? Not like the clubs on the strip, but stuff.
Yeah, I get out every once in a while. Have a good time. I know a few people in town.
When I live in Vegas, I never even go out in Vegas. I just go explore, outside somewhere.
Red Rock's nice.
Yeah, it is. Zion's not too far. Utah's really close. Lake Mead.
Mm-hmm.
Good times. Did you see that crazy storm yesterday in Vegas?
My wife did some videos.
Jeez, it was
Unreal.
It was crazy. There was so much flooding and,
That's the one you wait for too, and I missed it.
William Reynolds has been really into time lapses lately, and
he's been doing that for a while. I remember I met him a year ago, and he was doing those time lapse videos. They're fantastic.
He just went and did he did a time lapse class out at Lake Powell. So I've been seeing him nonstop lately, but he did a really good one off the strip when it was storming yesterday. It was crazy watching the clouds roll through.
I know, that was a great video. Matt Savage deciding to do nothing for the rest of the tournament. Good call.
Good thing we have these charging stations.
Yeah, thank God.
He has the extra battery pack on his phone, and he still always needs a charging station.
Mr. Twitter.
His neck is slowly breaking and getting stuck like this.
All right, so once again, we're three-handed here at the Deepstacks Poker Tour. Stop here in Calgary at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino. We're down in the Event Center. Once again, 3 left. Blinds are 40,000, 80,000, 10,000. Andy, it is not cheap to play. About 21 minutes left in this level. 3 players are remaining. Jeet Shergill out of Calgary is taking the lead right now, looking pretty good. Actually, I think he's in second, but close to Norm Thistlegate out of one of the coolest towns I've ever heard. Rocky Mountain House, Alberta. It just sounds like a great place to live.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And Neil Farrell, who personally I think has been the best player at the table, but just has not been able to catch some breaks and is now in some big trouble here.
He hasn't really had it easy this whole tournament.
No.
So you went to the football game yesterday.
I did.
Didn't go out with everyone afterwards, but they went to Cowboy Lounge.
They did.
Or Cowboy Casino.
Yeah.
Funny fact about Cowboy Casino.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not sure if you heard.
I did not.
But if you are a cocktail server or a woman that works there for long enough, in your contract, they will pay for a pair of boobs.
Damn.
Yeah.
I should do that.
I don't know. You wouldn't be the only man in poker with boobs, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm a little late on that. Looks like Neil is all in here and no call. Yeah, because I kind of anticipated I'd be on the air for a while. Not this long.
What? No. These just say
They're
all
all
dressed.
dressed.
Assaisonné. Yeah.
They're actually pretty tasty. I give them about a 7.
I don't know. It doesn't say. All dressed. That's it.
That is interesting. Yeah, I had a couple bags of those since I've been here.
This is my first one.
Not
I've been
bad.
pretty good.
Not bad. Jeep getting a little animated over the table. Yeah, he's hot about some. Matt Savage is having to come over to the table.
Yeah, it broke his action of going and getting all dressed ruffles.
By the way, when you were watching Jeet after you guys gave him the trophy and he kept elbowing it and throwing it around and banging those chips, were you a little nervous about it?
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of people just tossing trophies around.
No, it wasn't a good thing. And he still can't make up his mind where to put it. He's had it on the right, left, right, in front. Just
he's probably trying to figure out which side is going to bring him good luck now. Getting all superstitious.
See, I kind of figured when he got it there and when he was down 6, he put it right in front. So, number 1, it could hide his chips, but number 2, it was an intimidation factor. But, oh, man,
where's he running to?
He is going to the bathroom.
Bathroom break.
This actually, well, we had a break where he had to go to the bathroom and the guy stopped because we were at a level. But before that, this happened to him, too, that he needed to take a break. And he ended up missing a couple of hands, including his big blind. But it
looks like they paused the action.
Yeah, it looks like action's paused. Clock's still running. Oh boy, who's going to be the jerk at the table that says, no, you can't go to the bathroom? That wouldn't be me.
Be bad karma. As soon as you say that, you're probably going to be the guy that has to go to the bathroom and then has to hold it.
Yeah, and I don't want to be that guy. Janine Deeb on here with us, by the way, of course, of Deepstacks. And
yeah.
I'm Mark Hoke, having a great time. Hey, if anybody wants to follow you on Twitter or anything, how do they do it?
Janine Deeb.
It's that simple.
Simple as that.
It's that simple.
Except no one can ever spell my name right, so JeaNine.
There you go.
Or JEA9. It's easier. Yep, I got the tweeters, I got the Facebooking, I got it all.
You do. Master snowboarder, by the way.
I tried. Pretty excited for season to get here. It's coming.
Yeah, not a bad place to do it. You guys, you should have just stayed here for the week. God, you could have had a great time.
You mean, before we go to Edmonton? Yeah, but I want to go home. I got a cute little puppy to play with.
Oh, that's the puppy. Understandable.
She's so cute. It's always nice to go home. When you travel as much as we do, any opportunity, even if it's for a day, it's nice to go home.
Yeah.
Sleep in your own bed. Just do all the things that you want to do around the place. It's tough when you're here because, this time we have a rental car, but most of the time you're just stuck on property.
Yeah.
It's not always the most fun.
Yeah, people don't understand that about when you're doing poker media that, everybody thinks, you get to travel all over the place, you get to do all these cool things, and it's like, about 90% of the time you're stuck wherever you're going.
Yeah, and most of the time for us, we go out of our way to have, activities outside of the casino.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we get up at 5:30 in the morning, 6 a.m., and then we have to be back by the time play starts. So a lot of time our experience is cut short.
Right.
But it's always worth it. But, you travel, you're getting to the airport, you're by yourself, you fly by yourself, you're staying in your hotel by yourself, you're spending 15 hours in a poker room, and then maybe you get a few hours to get some fresh air outside. It's a lot.
Yeah, so are you looking to do anything outside of poker sometime soon? I'm just,
Yeah, I worked in sports media, so for Fox Sports and ESPN and all that. I worked for them for 5 years in LA, actually, before I worked for World Poker Tour. And now that I live in Denver, I've been working locally. I worked a Broncos game. I worked Mexico, Bolivia soccer game a week or two ago.
Okay, that wasn't the snow
No.
one,
Yeah, not the crazy one. But so I've been doing some sports stuff around there, trying to get into a lot of the snowboarding sports stuff around Denver and Colorado. Since I moved, I'm just trying to do it locally. It's kind of nice,
Yeah.
And then just travel for Deepstacks. For now, just, do my thing.
So how's the pot?
What's that?
How's the pot?
I actually don't know,
Thank
but
God.
I've had quite a few people that have come to town, and that's the first thing they do is make me take them to a dispensary. And I mean, literally, I went into one of the dispensaries that's near my house. The line was almost out the door, and probably 10 out of 15 to 20 were over the age of 50.
Wow.
And there was a shuttle bus from the Marriott that had come from the airport and picked up like a bunch of people or was taking them. No, I guess they were probably coming in. And they were all in line waiting, so excited to
Jeez.
get their weed, living it up like they're back in the 60s. It was great.
God.
It's pretty funny. I mean, it's not as prevalent as ever. Well, it's not like, oh my God, everyone's always so stoned, but it is available and it's just what it is. It's not weird or anything. It's not like people go crazy. Obviously, some people do, but most poker players are the
Oh,
biggest potheads.
we've been talking about that on a lot of the shows on KLAV the last month or so, and we just had Zach Grunberg on, talked about drug use and everything he went through, and Ryan Araquazo, and his story got pretty well publicized. It's been an interesting taking a look at the underbelly of poker a little bit, because there is a rough side to it.
Yeah, I just think people get really comfortable and they start to think they're invincible and they just kind of go nuts. Sometimes if you've never experienced this lifestyle, it's pretty shocking.
Yeah.
I mean, I pretty much grew up around it, so it's not like anything was, I don't know, it's never been a big deal. But I always try and tell people and give them pretty good guidance just to keep their head on straight and try to keep their financials in order and not go too nuts.
Oh, well, it's tough when, a lot of poker players are young guys. They're 20, 22, 23 years old, and all of a sudden get $1.5 million dropped in their lap.
Yeah.
That's hard for anybody.
I would say the biggest thing, though, is that when online poker went away, it was kind of almost a blessing in disguise with certain things. And the fact that you see the poker community completely reshape themselves and actually knows what the gym is and works out and didn't sit in a chair for 20 hours a day and just smoke bowls nonstop. They actually, they're all, like Sorrel Mizzy went out and is really into fitness, and there's a lot of those guys now. They're super into fitness, and it's good for them. I think it's just really good for them.
Yeah, and people are starting to figure out how to take care of their money, too.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, though, is I always tell poker players to travel more. I mean, there is the small few that definitely travel all the tours, but they just need to travel more outside of poker.
Right.
And just go enjoy their life and take advantage of what they have now before some chick says they're on birth control and they're not and gets them trapped for life.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, we're still three-handed here, by the way. Sorry we haven't mentioned much of the action here.
Slow.
Jeet just picked up a little bit of a pot there, and he's looking at a pretty healthy stack. Jeet's definitely got the lead at this point.
Got the trophy on the table. And the headphones from Monster.
Well, they're trying to send a message here, I think.
Yeah.
Let's get this done. But yeah, boy, Neil Farrell in big trouble over there. I don't even see any white chips in his stack. There might be a couple hiding under there, but the white chips they're in play on the table right now. 100,000, yellow chips 25,000, and 5,000 orange. And right now, like I said, I do not see any whites for Neil. And he is going all in. And it's
I think he had one white chip on the bottom.
King 10 for Neil, and I can't see what Jeet's got on that. Yeah, but I think he had kings there, so that is going to do it.
Neil is out.
So Neil Farrell is out. We are heads up. Not sure if that was the fitting fate he deserved, but a great job for Neil Farrell as he has taken third place. Outstanding effort in this tournament. He is going to take home $26,805.
Not a bad weekend.
Not bad at all. So Scotland can be proud of Neil this weekend with his efforts here at the Deepstacks Poker Tour here at Grey Eagle Resort and Casino, and we are now heads up for this title. And Jeet Shergill had been playing very well. Probably, I would say he was probably in terms of the players, are probably the second best player at the table the way things were going. But kind of an upset here with Norm Thistleweight.
Thistle.
Yeah.
Today,
God,
Junior.
it's getting late. Thistleweight came on this final table with 564,000 chips, so it was one of the short stacks coming into this thing, but just managed to find his way. Had a hand with fours, had another one with jacks, got a couple of double ups, then clipped Neil, and has been able to ride that ever since.
They're chatting it up. They're chatting it up about something over there.
So a discussion going on right now. Of course, we've got a little over $100,000 left in play here. Where first place is $60,715. Second is $40,330.
I think I'm actually gonna have to
might have
leave
to
you
go do
right
some
now.
work.
Yeah. Gotta go do a few things on the site and get ready for this to come to an end.
All right. Well, Janine, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No,
I
thank you for coming over.
I will see you shortly.
Okay. So
Thanks, guys.
check
Have
out
a
all
good
the-
night.
Check out all the work on deepstacks.com on the blog, and some great video pieces and photography and everything else Janine and the team have done over there. So make sure you take a look-see. But we are now heads up for this title. And I think there's some discussion going on here. But I got to say right now, Jeet is an overwhelming chip leader at this point. So let's see if they're going to call this a night or not. I hope everybody enjoyed seeing Ginny Deep. I know I did. She's a terrific woman and has done a great job in poker for a long time. All right, so the players are... This looks like they are discussing a chop here. You know, it's a very very difficult decision here for Thistleweight here because, you know, I mean, Norm is a pretty tight player and it would not be easy. All right, and it looks like we are going to play one more hand. So I believe they have made a deal here, and I would imagine that Jeet Shergill is going to... And Jeet has moved all in here. So it has to be all in a call, and then it's got a muck, is usually what they do on this. So Norm's still trying to figure this out. Matt's kind of helping him along here, but so it has wrapped up, and let's see who is going to be declared the champion here. We're looking, taking a look. And I think kind of everything's blocked off here, so I'm not sure exactly how this is finishing up. So they did play a handout, and I think, yep, and Jeet is your champion. So Jeet with an ace high takes that hand down, and it looks like that Jeet Shergill is going to be your champion here at this Deepstacks Poker Tour main event. So it is all over down here. So Norm Thistleweight is going to take second on whatever deal the guys made, and Jeet Shergill is going to be your champion. So he wins the series and he wins the main event. So big congratulations to Jeet. Nice job. So big win there. Wins the series title and wins the main event. That's pretty fitting how it really should end. So the title goes to Jeet Shergill as Calgary will defend that title in here. It'll stay in town. So congratulations to Jeet Shergill, your Calgary Deepstacks Poker Tour Calgary Grey Eagle Resort and Casino champion. All right, and I think those guys are going to want to get out of here, so I don't want to torture them too much because it is pretty late. So we're going to wrap it up here. I want to thank all of you for joining us here on the Mark Hoke Show. I want to thank all our great sponsors, PokerShop.com, of course, ABC Chinese Poker, Blind Squirrel Apparel, Deej Poker, Run Good Gear, BlueRail.net, and Nevada Poker League, and PokerTilt.com, the great new book from Dutch Boyd. I want to thank Grey Eagle Resort and Casino for all their hospitality up here. Been a great time. It is all over here from the Deepstacks Poker Tour main event, and your champion, Jeet Shergill. Congratulations to him and runner-up Norm Thistlethwaite. Outstanding, well-played final table, and that'll do it. So, guys, hey, don't forget, we're going to be back on, you'll get to catch us Wednesday on KLAV 12:30 a.m. and KLAV1230am.com, as we'll be joined by Matt Savage for start of our second year on KLAV and like a 500 billionth show. So on behalf of everybody here at Grey Eagle, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. We will see you on Wednesday on KLAV1230am.com. Thank you so much for being with us. We'll see you down the road.